In this video, we're going to be looking at factoring trinomials, but this time a is not equal to 1, and there may not be a GCF that would make a equal to 1. And so this is one that's going to be a little bit longer of a process. So step 1, as always, is always to find the GCF, if there is one, and factor that out. Next, we're going to find factors of AC, so that means we're multiplying a times c, that add to b. And then we're going to split b, my middle term, into the factors found in step 2. Then we'll bring down a and c, factor by grouping, and then check binomials for any GCFs to factor that out. So let's go through a couple of examples. So first I have 2x squared plus 7x minus 15. Looking at that, I see I don't have a GCF because 2 can't go into 7 or 15. They don't all share an x. So I'm going to move on to step 2, and that says to find factors of AC that add to b. So I'm going to multiply 2 times negative 15 to get negative 30, so that's my AC. And I'm looking to see what factors of negative 30 add to equal to 7. So here I'm multiplying to negative numbers, so one my factors needs to be positive, the other needs to be negative. Since it's adding to a positive 7, my smaller factor needs to be negative. So I have negative 1 times 30 is negative 30. Negative 2 times 15 is negative 30. Negative 3 times 10. 4 can't go in there, and then I have negative 5 and 6. And so I see that the factors that add to equal 7 are negative 3 and 10. And so now what I want to do with this is I want to split this 7x term to be negative 3x plus 10x. So I'm just splitting that apart. And then I want to bring down my first term, so 2x squared, and bring down my last term. Now I have an expression that is 4 terms. So now I can go from here and factor by grouping. So I want to look at my first pairing first, this 2x squared minus 3x, and find the GCF. Here I see the only thing they share is an x, so I'm going to place an x out in front. And when I divide 2x squared by x, I get 2x. 3x divided by x, I get 3. Looking at this second pairing, 10x minus 15, I see that the largest number that goes into both is 5. So I'm going to put a plus 5 out in front. And when I divide 5 from 10x and 15, I end up with 2x minus 3. So I know that I did my factoring right here because I have a 2x minus 3 in both. And so then my last step is to go ahead and factor out that 2x minus 3. And then my GCFs go into their own parentheses. Okay, let's look at one more. I have 8x squared minus 10x plus 3. So this one I don't have a GCF again because 8, 10, and 3, the only thing that goes into all 3 of those is 1. They don't all share an x, so I need to go ahead and multiply my a and c. So here I'm doing 8 times 3, which is 24. And I'm looking to see what factors of 24 add to equal negative 10. So here I'm going to add to a negative, but multiply to a positive. So that means that all my factors are going to be negative. So I have negative 1 and negative 24, negative 2, negative 12, negative 3, negative 8, and negative 4, negative 6. And so I see the factors that add to negative 10 are going to be negative 4 and negative 6. Next step is to go ahead and split apart my middle term. So instead of having a negative 10x here, I'm going to have negative 4x minus 6x. And then I'm going to bring down my first and last term. So I have 8x squared and plus 3. Now I can go ahead and factor by grouping. Looking at my first pair, I have 8x squared minus 4x. Between 8 and 4, the biggest number that goes into both is 4. And then I see they both share an x. And dividing 4x from both, I get 2x minus, remember 4x divided by 4x is not 0, it's 1. Then I have negative 6x plus 3. We never want that first term to be negative, so I'm going to be taking out a negative number here, and I see that they both share a 3. So I have minus 3, and then 2x minus 1. And last step, factor out your common binomial, so I have 2x minus 1 times 4x minus 3.